Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I posted a video last, so if you haven't seen on my Instagram or Facebook page, we actually got 3 new goat babies. So I've been spending my time, building the enclosure for them and their pen, and so what I actually did was I split off the new coop that we just built, half of the goats, and then I gave the other half to the guineas, ducks, and a few blue egg-laying breeds. So let me introduce to you the 3 new kids on the farm. Up. And so this guy is Pete. And his brother right here is a little darker. He's Repeat. And then finally, I can't chew in the lens. And then finally this guy right here is my favorite. I love his markings. I call him Seabird because he has a C on his side, and he has beautiful coloring. What are you guys doing? That's the nibbler over here. He chews holes in my shirts and pants. And so all 3 goat kids are actually wethers. And so I guess that's the term that people use when they're neutered males. And so there's no breeding that's going to be going on here, at least. In fact, we might actually get 2 more goat kids, maybe tomorrow or the next day, just because this farm, Goat Boy Soaps they're called, they actually gave us these 3 for free. Just because, I'm sure not a lot of people want males, just like not a lot of people want roosters in their flocks. And so we were definitely happy to take them from them. So you can see that I split this right down the middle, and I have a few, blue wheat and Americana pullets, a few Easter eggers, as well as leg bars, and then I have the guineas and all the ducks over here as well. And we finally got water down here, so I don't have to carry jugs anymore, and so I was able to get them a little pool. And so this week I'm going to get them actually a larger pool, and maybe we'll put it actually in ground so they can have a larger area to swim. Okay, now I'm going to show you the goat setup that we've been working on. So right now we've been using these clamps and these ties just until we get a proper gate that we can open and close. We have to order one from Tractor Supply actually, but for now this works for them. So I actually gave the entire other half of this coop to the goats just because, for 15 birds for that big, for this entire space, I mean there's no point in wasting it, so it could definitely be divided. We added some spools for them to jump on just because I know they get bored really easy. A little seesaw that we made, and then a few more spools. We kind of did this makeshift feeder for them, but they keep wasting a massive amount of hay. So we actually sectioned off the inside of the coop too. It's pretty easy. Just this chicken fencing, a little shelf for the hay so they don't eat it all day long, and then we have to actually make nesting boxes today, as well as roosts for the chickens and guineas. And so I know this big coop is shaded, but vents were put in just to make it cooler in the summertime, just because when you close these off at night, you need some type of air flowing. And then I need to get a few lights in here too, just because we locked them in at 7, 8 o'clock at night. It's still decently light out and it's pitch black in here. So that's definitely another project for another time. And so for 3 goats, this is a pretty decent space. And so, I think adding 2 more won't be a big deal, just because, they have a pretty decent sized run inside to, play around in. Bud. And so one thing that I, really truly wanted, that I used to have back maybe 5-6 years ago on our old farm, was a bantam breed. And so I'm looking to get this quad, these 4 birds, and they're all bantams. They're a specific breed that I've had once before and that I've been dying to get again. And so I'm talking to a breeder now, and you know, she wants to trade some eggs. It seems like that's a deal with everyone that I talk to, and I have no problem with it. So I was going to trade some eggs for this for these 4 birds, and I was going to bring the coop that I still haven't brought over here and maybe make a little run for it, specifically for that bantam breed. And so I definitely have my work cut out for me with projects here on the farm, but I'm definitely excited to show you guys. And speaking of new breeds, I actually just had 30 eggs come in the mail today, of a specific breed that will actually fit in the small red coop. I used one of them for my button quail, and then the other one should be absolutely sufficient for the other type of breed. So you can probably guess what the next breed is, or at least what the bird is. And so I'm going to build maybe a 10-foot run off of that red coop, just so that they have a lot of, you know, foraging space, you know, during the summer and spring months. I'm not sure if these are even cold hardy, so I have to definitely check with the breeder. So these guys are always dying to come out, and so I'm going to let them out in the field right now, maybe for, you know, an hour while I watch them, just because they love eating all the vegetation. Seems like they wiped out pretty much anything in this run, so I like to give them a couple hours every week. You're going to come and play with the fence. And there's these 2 lovebirds. So thanks for joining along today. Next video, I actually have a surprise. I'll be hatching out a new breed of bird. And so I'm actually adding those to the vacant little red coop that I have. So definitely subscribe and check it out next time.